All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Now, I just want to bring out an article with a scripture to go behind it, because you got something going on in the NFL with the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, Colin Kaepernick, where he's refusing to stand for the flag and singing of the Star Spangled Banner before the games. And I just wanted to bring this article out to point to a fact of not really backing his cause or anything like that, but just as more evidence that this is Babylon, because when you see this thing transpiring, it made me think about a scripture, and I'm going to bring it out after I give you a little bit of this article. It says, this is USA Today, and it says, Vikings Alex Boone rips ex-teammate Colin Kaepernick for lack of respect. Alex Boone chose his words carefully, noting he'd be warned questioning was coming. But Boone, the Minnesota Vikings veteran guard, made it abundantly clear he was upset with former San Francisco 49ers teammate Colin Kaepernick's recent decision to stand for the Star Spangled Banner. Now, this is the a quote. Now, we all know he said he's not standing because the country doesn't support so-called African Americans. So this is what his ex-teammate said. It's hard for me because my brother was a Marine and he lost lots of friends over there, Boone told USA Today Sports. That flag obviously gives Kaepernick the right to do whatever he wants. I understand it. At the same time, you should have some respect for who served, especially people that lost their life to protect our freedom. Now, this is a white guy speaking. We're out here playing a game, making millions of dollars. People are losing their life, and you don't have the common courtesy to do that. That just drove me nuts. Now, that's all I'm going to get on the article. But you see, Kaepernick didn't stand for the Star Spangled Banner, and all of these white people getting all upset because he didn't stand and salute this flag. Now, when I was hearing this story, it made me think about this scripture here in Daniel, the 3rd chapter. And I'm just going to get this out quick as possible. This is Daniel 3, and I'm going to start at 3. Then the princes, the governors, and captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then an herald cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people in their languages, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king hath set up. And whoso falleth not down and worship, shall the same be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Therefore at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Now, this sounds a lot familiar as their so-called Star Spangled Banner, and how they train you as a kid from the moment you're 4 or 5 years old every morning to get up and salute the flag at a certain time at school. They burn that in your head. So that's the modern day equivalent of what they did in old Babylon, what they're doing here in New Babylon. They make you salute the flag and stand and salute when you hear the Star Spangled Banner, when you hear that music. And it's supposed to be in your spirit, not to go with and worship this damn. That's all part of worshiping the image of the beast. You're not supposed to worship a damn flag. Now the Kaepernick situation, he's doing it in support of Black Lives Matter or some shit. But it just made me really think about this scripture right here. That's really the spirit you're supposed to be in, especially if you're hip to the scriptures and you're part of the knowledge of the Most High. You're supposed to know not to worship these images and stand for these flags and shit. But let me get a little bit more out. Verse 7. Therefore at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, nations, and the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came there and accused the Jews. They spoke and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kind of music shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abed-nego. So these guys had high positions. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abed-nego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abed-nego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that power that shall deliver you out of my hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abed-nego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. So basically they wasn't going to hold their tongue. They was going to make sure that he knew exactly what they were going to tell him. If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So that's really the point of it, man. You're supposed to be in this spirit, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abed-nego. You're not supposed to worship these gods, nor these flags, or these star-spangled banners, whatever you want to call it. Because this is not our country. This is Babylon. We're in captivity here. And we are to serve the Most High and His Son. We're not supposed to serve these images. And you see, just like they wanted to throw them in the furnace, all his teammates and all these damn devils in this country, they real upset about you not worshiping that image. About you not worshiping that Babylonian flag and that Babylonian star-spangled banner. For you not to stand and submit to that, they get real upset behind that. Because they're in the spirit of ancient Babylon. It's the same things playing themselves back out. There's nothing new under the sun. But I just wanted to share that article in this scripture because it just made me think about it as soon as I was watching it on ESPN earlier. So it was just something to think about, just to show you that this is new Babylon. Babylon the Great. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.